Imagine you're aboard a spacecraft, slowly approaching Jupiter. From a distance, it looks almost calm. Soft bands of clouds, swirls of orange and white, and that famous red spot that seems like just an unusual detail on the surface. It even feels beautiful, almost hypnotic. But as you get closer, something starts to go wrong. First, the radiation sensors begin to spike. Then your instruments start malfunctioning. And at some point, it becomes clear that this isn't just a planet in front of you. It's a system where everything is working against you. Jupiter isn't just the largest planet. Its scale is difficult to comprehend. You could fit more than 1,000 Earths inside it, and its mass exceeds that of all the other planets in the solar system combined. It's a giant that almost became a star. If it had been slightly more massive during its formation, nuclear fusion would have ignited in its core, and we would have had 2 suns. But that didn't happen. Instead of a second star, we ended up with something far stranger. A gas giant with no solid surface, and conditions so extreme they cannot be replicated on Earth. Now imagine you continue your approach and enter its atmosphere. Unlike Earth, there's no clear boundary between space and surface. You simply begin to sink. At first, you pass through the upper cloud layers, composed mainly of ammonia. They look soft and almost harmless, but that's an illusion. Even here, you're met with incredibly powerful winds. Their speed can exceed hundreds of kilometers per hour. And that's only the beginning. These currents don't just blow. They tear, twist, and destabilize everything that enters them. The deeper you descend, the more violent the turbulence becomes. Then you see it, the Great Red Spot, a massive storm that has been raging for centuries. Its size is so enormous that it could swallow Earth whole. This isn't just weather. It's a stable system that follows its own rules. Once you get caught in it, you lose all control, and your spacecraft is violently ripped apart by the surrounding forces. But even that isn't the most dangerous part. The real threat on Jupiter isn't the storms or the winds. It's the pressure. There is no surface to land on. The atmosphere just keeps getting denser, and the pressure increases every second. At first, it's uncomfortable. Then it becomes destructive. And eventually, it reaches levels where no known material can maintain its structure. At the same time, the temperature keeps rising. You don't burn instantly like you would near the sun. Instead, the process is slower, and in some ways worse. The environment essentially cooks you from all directions. Heat penetrates everything. And eventually, even the most advanced cooling systems fail. No protective technology could withstand the endless increase in both temperature and pressure. At a certain depth, something truly extraordinary happens. Hydrogen, the simplest element in the universe, begins to change its state. First, it becomes liquid, turning the surrounding space into a vast ocean with no surface. But you continue to sink, and the pressure becomes so immense that hydrogen transforms again, this time into liquid metallic hydrogen. This substance behaves like a metal and conducts electricity. This is where one of Jupiter's most dangerous features is created, its magnetic field. It is tens of thousands of times stronger than Earth's and extends millions of kilometers into space. But unlike Earth's magnetic field, which protects us, Jupiter's acts more like a trap. It captures charged particles and accelerates them to extreme speeds, forming radiation belts that can destroy living organisms within minutes. Even modern spacecraft struggle to survive in this environment. They require specialized shielding just to avoid system failure. And even then, they can only remain near Jupiter for limited periods. For a human, exposure to these conditions would be fatal almost instantly, but Jupiter's danger doesn't end with what's inside it. Its influence extends across the entire solar system. Its gravity is so powerful that it can alter the paths of asteroids and comets. Sometimes it captures them and destroys them, as it did with comet Shoemaker-Levy 9, which was torn apart and then slammed into the planet. The impacts were so powerful that they left marks the size of Earth. On one hand, Jupiter can be seen as a protector, absorbing potential threats that might otherwise hit Earth. On the other hand, its gravity can also redirect objects toward the inner solar system, increasing the risk. Its role is complex. It both protects and endangers. Even its moons exist under extreme conditions. Some are constantly exposed to intense radiation. Others experience powerful tidal forces that stretch and deform them from the inside. These effects make them some of the most active and unstable places in the solar system. In the end, it becomes clear that Jupiter is not just a large planet. It is a complex and hostile system where multiple destructive forces exist at once: pressure, temperature, radiation, and gravity. There is no safe zone, no surface to stand on, no place to land or stabilize. And perhaps most importantly, it represents a boundary we are unlikely to ever cross. We can study Jupiter from orbit, send probes, and collect data. But entering it and surviving is simply not possible. It's a world that operates under entirely different rules. When you look at Jupiter from Earth, it appears as a bright point in the night sky, calm and steady. But behind that peaceful glow lies one of the most dangerous objects in our solar system, a giant that shaped its past and continues to influence its future. And the more we learn about it, the clearer it becomes. Jupiter is not a place to explore up close. It's a place best observed from a distance. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.